Hey guys!
Hey.
I've gone back to that one, Robin.
I'm Jay.
We're the Inwits.
Inwits.
I screwed that
Yeah,
one
you
up
did,
big
didn't
time. But there's a reason for it. And the reason is this.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to season 3, baby! Woo!
We're going to see what?
Woo! Season 3!
Oh,
Woo!
terrific. Good.
Yeah!
Excellent.
Woo! Woo!
I'm going to have to clean this up. Great.
Yeah, we are.
That is awesome.
Season
That's
3
great
was announced
news.
2 days ago. I'm halfway through my application. Champions versus contenders. It's our first kind of theme
really?
thing. Yeah, which is a bit of an interesting thing because of the Sophie Monk being such a successful bachelorette. It looks like they're going to be getting a bunch of champions in sports and media and entertainment world. I know, I hate it, and it also limits it for us normal people.
Exactly.
There's only half the amount of people that can get on. But doesn't matter. We're in for season 3. I'm ready. I'm ripping it up.
You're going to be half the contestant spots available.
I know, but hey, who knows? Who knows? It's just we thought we were going to be axed, but we're not. So, so that's why I stuffed up the intro.
Well, look, at least we've gotten something. You're right. I shouldn't be too negative about it.
I know. There's a chance, guys. There is a chance. Robin could be on the island.
I mean, like...
No, I don't know yet. I'm still. That's all I do know is they've pushed shooting back. I mean, pulled it forward. So it's a little earlier than this year. So got to be quick.
All right. And when's the applications closed?
They don't say, but it's earlier this time as well. Before, probably early Jan is when.
Well, if you want to get on Survivor, start applying.
Start applying, but don't because I need all the help I can get.
Well, 20,000 applied last time.
I know, and now it's only half the amount of spots available.
I know, so you probably get more applying.
Maybe I can pretend to be a hack celebrity.
Well, what's that thing? Champions versus
contenders.
So the champions would be the celebrities.
Celebrities, and maybe I can be like a half hacky celebrity. I'm that guy from Holden.
Hey?
You know, I appeared in such commercials.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
maybe,
right.
I don't know.
The voice of Holden.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's, sorry, I just wanted to
that's great. That's great. Look, it does show like they've got a bit of faith in the product.
Yeah.
The reason I'm down on I'm not as happy as I would be because of the champions is because normally the celebrity thing is something they pull when they think a series needs extra pull and they're not sure about it. You know?
And I mean we've got Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. It is a weird one. I'm just happy we're going again.
But look, the upside here is
I'm hoping they're not like I'm hoping it's people almost like Lee from season 1, just an ex-cricketer. Like that you haven't seen for 10 years or something. I wouldn't mind that because we do see on American, we do see those old NFL players or old basketball players.
Sorry. Yeah, but what I mean is we don't see any old contenders.
I'd hate to see someone who actually is just a D-grade celebrity that's not getting any work. You know, I was on Neighbours for 4 years.
That's typically sort of what they do.
I know, and I'm really hoping it doesn't go down that path.
You won't get any A-grade celebs.
You definitely won't. But I'm just really hoping it's not. Like I said, I was on Neighbours for 4 years and now I can't get a role. Yeah, I'll take this one up. I really, really hope that if they are going to do it, they kind of try and keep...
That's your key in.
What, 2 episodes on Neighbours?
Yeah, why not?
4 episodes
I can't get a role anymore, but I used to be famous.
Yeah, I was on Neighbours for a couple of episodes. I don't know if that counts, but I can give it a shot.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, hear all the shows I was on. So we can try. But, yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I'm really hoping it is something like,
I'm disappointed also because it looks more like CBS isn't taking part in. It doesn't seem to be like that's sort of normally a typical Australian move with a series.
I don't know. I think there might be some CBS influence in the concept of let's give it something else rather than just be another season because you know we do have Blood vs Water. We've got Heroes Hustlers as we're going through now, and they do kind of throw those themes in.
They do
Redemption Island version.
Yeah, something.
So maybe it is just a bit of let's give it a bit of a kick. Like it's got a fan base, and we know it's got a fan base.
Exactly.
But let's kind of.
And at least we have got half the contestants.
And we believe in the product enough. All we need to do is get people to tune in to actually understand how good the product is, and I think that's the difficulty. It's like this is Survivor is the longest running. Is the show that started the concept of reality TV show up and running because I did actually, funnily enough, while we're off topic. No.
Oh, okay.
No. From what I know, but because I did do my research last week after my freaking out of maybe not being able to get even North American. I checked out how they're going ratings wise, and there was a dip and whatnot of like say older viewers who were there from the beginning, like ourselves, who are no longer watching,
Really?
and why they're no longer watching. That's why they brought in some of the classic players back in to try and capture the market back in.
Okay.
But it's the same concept. It's like Survivor is hitting 35 seasons, 36, well, season 35.
Yeah.
So that's we're in our 16th, 17th year of this show. Amazing Race is coming up behind it in 28 seasons or something.
Oh, okay.
But all the other major reality TV shows over there have been axed at one point in time.
All right.
Survivor hasn't. So the product is there. We just have to get the audience to watch, and maybe getting some celebs like Sophie Monk's Bachelorette finale was huge ratings wise.
Why?
Sophie Monk. It was bigger than any other Bachelorette ratings.
Okay.
It just blew it. So that was maybe that's what their thinking was. Let's just grab a couple of them, and once they're hooked, we can play some other stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So
we'll see how it goes.
The future is promising, I think. And
it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny doing the criticism.
If I'm on?
No.
Oh.
No, it won't be funny doing criticism. I'll criticise you, no problem.
Oh, great.
No, criticising these people, like, I wouldn't expect celebrities to actually know how to play or have any idea.
Yeah, you never know.
So I won't be able to. Well, neither you, but we won't critique them too hard.
I think we will. I will.
Oh no, we can critique them hard, but what I mean is it won't be terribly deserved.
But look, if they, last season Australian has been ranked in like the top 10 seasons of all time. So if we can keep that.
Sorry, what?
The Australian season, it was almost a consensus of a lot of Survivor fans that's ranked in the top 10 seasons of all time.
Yeah, it should be. It's a great season.
So if we can keep that going, if
that's why
back that up with something close to that level, we're okay. I think we're in good shape.
I think that's my problem though. It's like, celebrities going on there, they're trading on their celebrity.
Yeah.
They're not trading on their love of the show or the love of the game.
Maybe they are. Problem. Let's see. Like if I had made it acting wise already by now, it wouldn't make a difference to me.
No, it wouldn't make any difference.
Because I've been here since day one.
No, all I'm saying is like the celebrities don't get to choose to go on. Like these people are going to offer it to celebrities.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Right? And
they're going to say yes based on whether or not they're getting any screen time.
Yeah, whether they're getting work. Yeah, of course.
So
I agree.
And that's what I mean. Like, and I don't think having disinterested parties in a game actually improves it.
No, I would agree. So look, there's a good chance, and but regardless, I've got it.
We've got a season 3.
We've got a season 3, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
But anyway, shall we move on to this week's episode of Heroes Healers Hustlers? Jack is back with the notes. He's been running rogue for the past 4 weeks now with no notes, but they're back, and so I'm curious to see what you've got written down because I have no notes.
It's actually a lot goes on in this episode that you could just skip over it. Like you can see the scenes and you could go, yeah, that's nice, but you don't really realise what's going on until you actually replay it, and then you start to, when the end happens, you go back and have a look and go, wow.
I wasn't far off with my guess. I just didn't plan on Chrissy again being so damn clever.
It's just such a smart move.
It's such a clever move.
When I saw the move come out, I was like, damn, that's smart.
Yeah, so clever. Which it was a live tribal and it could have gone either way. And I think Joe shot himself in the foot. But we're getting
Joe has, I was when he pulled the idol the first time round, I said, look, you were a bit more critical of him than I was, and I said, no, let's give him credit. Look, he's got an idea and he has executed it. Now after what I've seen, he has no idea.
I think, like I said, he's taken on some sort of Russell Hands.
He's seen what the guys do on the thing. He's go and we'll get to him. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll get to him. Let's start from the top. Let's start from there. Let's go. Hit me with your notes.
So post tribal. Look, this goes back to something that you said last week that Boston Rob said when he won. That he played 24 hours 7, right?
Yeah.
And Chrissy,
says
straight after the tribal, says the same thing.
I have not stopped playing.
I have not stopped playing 24 hours a day.
Yeah, how funny.
And it shows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just shows. And I thought that was a really, considering we didn't know that she was going to say that, but that was quite a nice synergy.
Yeah, that was interesting because I was like, we did mention that last week and then bang, straight up the back.
Exactly, straight up the back. 24/7, and she also says, look, I'm in really well with these two guys, but they like me more than they like each other.
Perfect.
Perfect situation.
Exactly.
But that's what I mean. She's got the map, hasn't she, of how people are towards her and how they are towards each other.
Yeah.
When you see that that's what you sort of look for in a player, a good player, don't you?
She is top tier.
Yeah,
I am worried for her, but I'm still backing her.
Oh no, look, we'll get to the vote and what happens after that. And then, after the trial we get cold, saying to the Yawa tribe, "Hey, let's hang together.
Yeah.
Let's But there is a downside there, or there is a problem for Cole. Like Cole's just thrown it out there, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was actually, if it hadn't been Cole that said it, if it had been somebody else, I'd realised there was some thinking behind it.
Yeah.
And it was actually a good idea, right, to offer it. Cole's just thrown it out there because I think it's just something he thought of on the spur of the moment.
Oh, I don't know. I just think it's like, we've been here. It's like, let's stay strong because we've been hanging out for the last 5 days. That's not a reason to have an alliance.
Oh,
We've
no,
gone over that so many times.
And that's what I meant. If somebody had it with a bit of thinking behind them, could have actually said, like, if they had have pulled in Ben and Lauren, right,
Yeah.
they could have gone then at merge to Desi and Joe. Heels back together.
Yeah.
We've pulled Lauren and Ben.
Yeah.
It's 7 versus 5. Let's go.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
a strange thing, and it's like, you know what, it comes to that, like, with someone who's, how Cole's playing, he's definitely not a great player in the
Well, he's pretty
slightest.
thoughtless.
He keeps making error after error.
Wow. Yeah.
But the thing is, if Cole was how Cole was, and there's nothing wrong with how he is or how, how he's playing the game and whatnot, but you need to be self-aware that, you know what, yeah, I'm eating some cinnamon sticks. Yeah, I'm not sharing my fish, and it's actually upsetting some people.
Well,
you need to be aware of your surroundings, and Cole is not.
Look,
And if you've got someone
yeah.
Ben doesn't really gel with me, why am I pissing Ben off? Maybe because I'm eating too much food. Whether you realise that or not is irrelevant. It's what you're realising is Ben doesn't gel with me. If Ben doesn't gel with me, how can I ever suggest it's us 5 to the end?
But that's right. Exactly. His map or his perception of the social situation is nil.
Mm.
He has no idea how he's impacting other players. He's no idea either how they're impacting each other and himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's just got no map about the social situation whatsoever. And Jessica, it's like a mum, isn't it?
Yeah, she
coming
just,
up and going,
like,
I have to tell him again.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Cole, please, I really
yeah.
want to work with you, but you're killing my game.
And it was
exactly.
killing her game.
It killed her game. In the end, that's it.
Well, listen what Ben said. They're down on the sand playing patty cake at night.
Yeah.
And Ben said, and this is the most damning thing, Ben said, I don't know if I can trust Cole because he's in a relationship with Jessica. That was his very words. I don't know I can trust that.
And you can't trust him already from his prior actions.
Oh, that's true. But what I mean
he's
is
shown, he's not trustworthy. He can't keep a secret. He can't do any of this sort of stuff.
So, anyway. So then we get to the feast. Right.
Yes, the feast.
Right.
And the mock-up challenge that we didn't actually play. But
look, I thought that was great. They came in, the whole challenge is set up and nothing happened.
Yeah, so it was funny.
I was actually expecting him to say, when there's a catch.
Yeah,
I was actually expecting to say, only you're going to do a schoolyard pick and only 2 tribes will get the feast.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but man, why were they so exhausted this time around?
Look, this is strange. I've never really seen this on Survivor.
It happens.
Prior, not to this extent.
But
Blue Tribe was like, you saw Devon moving.
Yeah.
He was moving like a zombie. He was like,
it was like, why did they not grab enough food on the boat that time and they've run out? Because they haven't been getting...
Well, you know how they have the race now to get to the beach to get fire, I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
Which was,
normally they used to just get them, like, you've got, 5 minutes?
Yeah, or whatever.
Or 3 minutes, 6 minutes or whatever. Get whatever you can off the boat and then get to your beach.
Yeah.
That used to be sort of how it used to play.
Yeah.
Now it's get there and get the fire. And you've noticed a lot of people just end up throwing their stuff overboard to get there to get the fire.
Yeah, because usually from memory, you've got this many seconds to get it. Like you've got 60 seconds to get what you can and then you're off on your own. And usually what's on the island, what's on the boat or wherever they are, they've got things like all our food supplies.
Yeah, exactly.
But now maybe they're also getting, we've got machetes on there. We've got some fishing gear because they've all got fishing gear, which was a strange one. Like there's other things that they've gone, we need this. But because they've gone for these utensils and items that are handy, they've left some of the food behind and they haven't taken as much food as they probably should have. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm not saying that other people haven't been hungry in Survivor, but it seems to be a bit endemic on this particular season.
Blue Tribe, well, they were
Yeah.
really hungry. So
Yeah.
come to the feast. So I thought the twist was going to be.
Yeah,
same.
and I thought Blue's not going to win this because they got no energy to
And
win.
God, where are they going to go after
Yeah,
this?
that's right.
But it's a weird twist.
It is.
It wasn't really a twist at all, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Like,
It was
instead of
just
a
like,
basket of food,
instead
just
of-
go get a steak.
Instead of the catered feed, smorgasbord, it's going to be,
Yeah.
proprietary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay. I don't mind. But anyway,
Yeah, neither do I. I don't mind a bit of.
what I found
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
was what happened at the feast, and this is the first inkling, or not the first inkling, but this is where Joe shows how much he doesn't think about the game at this feast.
Yeah, it shows how quick he is to shut down, doesn't it?
Well, it just shows
He's always in game mode. Like I said, I
Yeah.
do respect the fact that he went out and found that
Well, no,
idol
this
in the middle of the
is-
night. But it shows, you know what, he's not thinking 24/7.
He's not thinking 24/7. In fact, and this is what I couldn't, Chrissy's sitting there, and Joe's sitting there, and Ben's sitting there, and Chrissy says, "Oh, something about playing the idol," and he's like, "Oh, I knew this was going to come up."
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, good, because that means you should have already thought of an answer
But
because
it was
he's
more
going
ego stroking.
But
I'm
that's
the
what I
best
mean.
player here.
Straight
Of course,
away,
I
it
know
was
you
like,
know.
oh, I knew it was going to come up. Like, I'm.
Yeah,
he
alpha
was strutting.
male. Yeah, exactly.
Right? He was
But
strutting.
just peacocking around
Yeah,
the island.
exactly,
Yeah,
he was
I've
peacocking
played
around
the
it.
idol.
And Ben struck in the perfect moment while he was peacocking. He's like, oh, was it yellow or blue idol that you played? Oh, yellow. He couldn't help himself. He had to tell.
I missed that part.
Yeah, he goes, oh no, it was yellow. He couldn't help himself. He had to give that bit of information just so that they, And Chrissy immediately was straight on if you've played the yellow idol, that means you could have got the one at blue.
Yeah.
And that was straight into her mind. That's what I mean. She's sitting there eating her feast. Everybody's chatting and laughing, and she hears this bit of info and straight onto it. And so was I.
It's so subtle, Like I miss that comment, but having a person who loves that, and we see these people in real life. You make these errors of judgment because you love that little bit of a stroke of your ego.
A little bit of a stroke.
It's like and it's you didn't say you've got two idols, but you said enough.
That's right. She gave enough info for Chrissy to sit there and go, you've got the blue idol.
Yeah, there is a high chance you've got another idol. You know something about it.
And that was crucial for what happened later on.
Yeah, and that's, I want to rewatch that and hear that little comment because that's great. But it's like,
It's only like a half a second.
Yeah.
But Chrissy was straight on it, and I'm pretty sure Ben was too, but he just didn't say anything.
Yeah, and it's just funny to watch someone with you're overconfident and you're like, I am the king. Like, not that he says any of this.
Well, he does actually later.
Oh, okay. Why did I miss so much?
That's what I mean. There's a lot going on in this episode but it was in little cuts. It's like boom, 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 boom.
But it's it's just such a funny concept to see someone so just lapping up all the attention.
Oh, he was loving
great
it.
He is as a player. Yes, you are, and we've talked about sort of certain strategies. It's all about getting people to think certain ways.
Yes,
and not in the same way. But if I make Joe think he has control of the vote, or I want him to do, and yes sir, no sir.
Yep.
That's where he is most vulnerable.
Absolutely, and you're right on the money right there with that comment, right? The way, and Joe displayed it in this episode, the way to get a handle on Joe. Now remember with Ty, the way to get a handle on Ty was put pressure on him.
Yeah.
You put the pressure on him, he'll crack. Right? Yeah. The way with Joe, you feed that ego.
Yeah, you just stroke it.
You watch it.
And watch it pop.
It'll just pop, right?
Yeah.
It's just great to watch, right? Yeah. And you can see people and smart players will get a handle on that, like Sandra Diaz would be right onto that with Joe, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy would have no hope with Sandra.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and look, Chrissy is brilliant.
She's onto it.
She is brilliant. I can't praise her
more.
Yeah.
And look, one of the other things, Chrissy does make a little bit of a mistake at the feast. She turns around to Ben, she's like, I'm really happy to see you. And then she actually starts saying things like, look, Joe's really rubbing me the wrong way, and starts talking strategy. And Ben's just sort of sitting there going, shut up, don't talk to me.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of like
they
that.
can hear you.
And she's like,
there's too much wind.
Yeah.
But what I mean,
we're hearing Mike's pumped up as well. She wasn't talking that loud.
No, look, I don't think they heard anything.
Yeah, no, they didn't hear a
the other thing was Joe was the closest, and he was too.
No, Joe was over there.
Yeah, but his ego was too inflated to hear anything.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
right?
like that's I respect the ballsiness of that, but it's the problem I have is Ben panicking.
No, what I was
don't
trying
talk to me now. I can't. This is too much. But play it cool, Ben.
No, that's what I think was good about Ben. He was actually, look, no, we'll talk later. And she's like, oh, and in secret. That's what he said, right? We'll talk later and in secret. And what I like is Ben's constant theme with Chrissy throughout this episode.
Yes.
Let's keep it, let's not be obvious that we are talking.
You say that, you do say that. I kind of feel Ben flipped his decision at Tribal.
I don't think he did. I'll tell you, I think I know exactly where. He made his mind up to vote before he went to Tribal, and I can tell you why.
Okay.
Later on. And in fact, the reason Lauren ended up voting with them was because of Ben, I think.
Right. Did Lauren vote for Jess?
And that's the thing, right? Like, as soon as I saw Lauren vote for Jess, I knew that Ben had flipped her.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, fair point.
He was the only one that had the possibility of flipping her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So he's done
together, they were the one-offs. Yeah.
And that means that he's decided before Tribal to vote for Jess.
Yeah.
And I think there's two really good reasons why he's done that at the end.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, so we get to the new beach. Cole picks up a bunch of nails.
Bloody really wish they found that clue. What a
it's still there.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a bunch of nails just sitting against the edge of a rock or something there. With a secret advantage sitting in it. And all it needs is somebody to go, I'll just pick those up and put them somewhere.
Idol or something. And it might come into play next week.
Exactly. But it could be anybody who finds that.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it could just be overgrown with grass and nobody ever finds it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But Cole misses, and the funny thing is, Cole's like saying, I really need to find an idol or an advantage or something.
And
he picks up
right there.
And it's right there and he puts it down again.
Yeah.
Now we get to Jessica, and Jessica, has talked to Desi. Mm-hmm. Can we pull in Joe as well? And Desi's like, yeah, we can use him.
We can use him. And Desi's thinking great. Like, as long as he's voting helps our game,
we can keep him around.
Because she doesn't want to keep him around at all, as long as it's beneficial to her.
And this is good to see from Desi's point of view. Yeah. She's not wedded to Joe. It's not like, so this might actually play down the track, which I hope it does, right? But Jessica goes to Desi and says, are you guys okay to come over? And she's like, yes, we are. And so they've got their 5.
Yeah.
And now, Jessica goes to a one-on-one camera and she says, I'm feeling like Queen Bee, because she thinks, I've got Ben, I've got Lauren, I've got my 5. That's 7 to 5.
Yeah.
Someone, a hero or a hustler's going home. She's feeling like Queen Bee. It's remarkable, isn't it? How many times a play can go one-on-one to camera and go, I feel like I'm in control.
And they're the ones.
Yeah,
look, sweet and innocent, wasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. She was like, I'm Queen Bee. She was like, almost like, I finally got some control.
Yeah. Because she tried to have it, but trusted Cole too much and lost. She could have had some decent control, but Cole screwed that up for her. And then she also could have had an idol, but she gave it to Mike.
Exactly.
She played some silly little things and, just this innocent gameplay that just doesn't work.
She's been just like, numbers add up. So I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it was overconfidence.
And on top of that, she was she was quite on the money that she's not actually a threat. No one's going to be gunning for her. That's a really, But
she forgot one thing about Survivor 101. Don't be in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And also, and I don't even think a relationship was much of an issue. The reason why she went is because she wasn't a threat. And I think that's brilliant strategic thinking from the other side.
Well, she didn't get voted because she was a threat. She got voted because she was Cole's support mechanism.
Yeah.
And this is the other reason I think it's a really intelligent vote, is because if you actually look at the 5 of the healers, out of all 5 of those healers, Desi is a healer, Dr. Mike, blah, blah, blah. But the glue that's holding that healer 5 together was Jessica. She was the one keeping Cole in control. She was the one that was organising people to stick together. But Mike wasn't. Desi wasn't. Joe isn't. Cole isn't.
It
None of
wasn't
them.
really the healers versus the others, was it?
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Because I thought
this
it was meant to be that 5, and Chrissy was aiming at the 5 from the other tribe. I didn't know she was aiming. Oh no, she did say
Yeah,
the healers were full.
Well, no, but all I'm saying is like out of those 5, Jessica is the glue,
Yeah.
and that's what the smart move here is. Without Jessica, those other 4,
Yeah.
they're not as connected.
Yeah.
Because Jessica's gone now. She was the glue. Devon hooks up with Ryan, and but it's actually once Devon hooks up with Ryan, and then he starts talking to a few other people. It's actually Devon's plan to vote Cole or Joe.
Yeah.
He's the one moving around. He's talking to Ben and Chrissy,
He's
Cole
hustling.
and Joe. He's hustling to get
Yeah.
Cole and Joe on the plate, right? And it works. Like everybody's like getting on board. And this is why Chrissy's playing such a good game, because she let it keep being Devon's plan.
Yeah.
Devon ran that plan.
The only problem is when she sat around and basically crunched the numbers.
She did that really well.
I feel that's what made her more of a target.
Oh, sorry, you mean when she threw out the math?
No, I don't know why they were like that. I personally was like, so what?
My
So what if you
criticism-
can do math really good?
This is the thing. Well, it's just a bit of
yeah,
mental arithmetic.
I can't do it, but I would not be like,
Well, no,
oh my
you
god,
could do it.
not like that.
Yeah, you could.
I suck at math.
Look, he said, look, Ryan was up there for 2 seconds, and these guys have been there for 30 minutes. How many more times is that? Well, how many 2 seconds is there in a minute? 30, right? So it's 30 times 30. 900. It's simple.
Oh, that is not simple. My brain
That
hasn't
is simple.
done that.
But all I'm saying is, Dr. Mike is the one that picked her as a target because she's intelligent, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Mike, you are not playing Survivor. You think you're playing, but you're not.
Hi guys.
Hey,
we're back. My phone overheated in the glorious Melbourne sun we're having at the moment, so we had to put it in the fridge. We put my phone in the fridge to cool down. We don't know what we're gonna miss, but we think we're talking about Mike and how he's not that much of a
Player.
player. I think he's not as bad as Jack thinks he is.
I don't think he's a player at all, but yeah.
And I think there's a lot worse players going around than Mike.
Well, no. Look, I think he's at the bottom of the pool. Having said that, right? Like, it's not like JP's he's above him.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. Obviously JP, I'm sitting at the bottom.
Ashley, probably there.
Ashley's down, but not above JP. I think everyone's above JP.
Everybody.
I'd say Ashley and
Oh, actually,
Lauren.
that's maybe a good point. Mike is second from the bottom. JP's at the bottom
No,
because he's
see,
not doing
I still put Ashley and Lauren at the below.
No, Lauren's paying more than Mike.
I don't know. But we're...
You're supposed to know because we're hosts of a Survivor show. You've got to know this stuff.
Oh, wing it. I make it up all the time. Okay, but that's where I think we were.
Yes.
Phone should be cool. It should be recording. And where were we note-wise?
Well, we might as well go with Ben.
Yeah, cool. On to Ben.
Yeah.
Benny boy.
Ben, look, and here's a guy that's probably paying a bit more than Mike, but not a lot. Like, he's not actually formulating any plans or strategies and moving forward. He's pretty much just, riding with the waves that come.
But like we did say, that probably wasn't recorded. The thing that I really liked about Ben was Ben going, I can choose who goes home tonight.
Yes.
This is not a place I want to be.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous place to be, the swing boat.
Yeah.
He's not on the bottom. He's just fallen into a place where two people want him.
Exactly.
So that's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. But the other good thing is Ben's aware.
Yeah.
And this is key, right? Like, when Cole came and apologised to him, he took it for what it was and he gave the answer that Cole needed to hear, which was, yeah, sure, it's fine, mate, right?
Yeah.
But then he says after that moment with Cole, he's like, look, if I have to work with Cole to get forward, I will.
Yeah.
And that's he's got the attitude, he's aware, he's got perception of what's going on around him.
And in that regards as well, if he is him saying that is him going, I've got you for this vote.
Exactly.
But next vote, I won't need you.
Exactly.
Or I may need you.
Yeah.
But as soon as I don't need you, you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. So what I mean is, Ben's got the correct attitude. He's like, I will work with anybody if I need to get ahead. If I need them to get ahead, and that's the great attitude of Survivor.
Whereas Mike doesn't have that attitude. Mike's like, this is our
little home,
and this is and it's safe.
It's safe.
And everyone's going to do
Everybody's
their job.
in their safe zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
that I agree with 100%.
Yeah. Ben goes to Mike, and this displays Mike's lack of ability to play the game, or perception anyway. Ben comes and says, look, I was talking to Devon and he wants to get with Cole.
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it, and Mike says, well, that's a complete disaster. Cole's in your 5. I feel that if you vote him out, that's just going to completely destroy everything we've worked for in the last 9 days. And this is Mike's complete misconception about what was going on there. Mike thinks that Ben's coming and asking permission.
Yeah.
Ben's actually coming to him and proposing the idea to see what Mike's reaction is.
Yeah, to see where you stand.
Exactly, to see where you stand. And all Mike had to do, if he had been a player, was sit there and go, well, look, I was prepared to vote Cole off when we were before merge.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
And then Ben would have opened up and gone, right, well, this is what's going on. Instead, Mike shut him down.
Yeah, it's a thing. I guess that's now that you've mentioned, like, Mike's game plan is just rigid.
Rigid.
Has no flexibility, and that's not a good thing.
No.
Votes change, especially in Survivor now. If you've ever watched enough Survivor, Mike, and you haven't because you said it day one that your son told you to go look for an idol. Because you don't know, but if you've ever watched enough, a game of Survivor where it does just come down to those, and it's just this constant chug of kicking off the week is, 1, it's boring for us, but 2, is so rare.
It is, and especially in once back in the beginning of Survivor, it could be a thing. Alliance versus
alliance. Alliance can change.
But it's really changed the last 5 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's really become votes about achieving ends rather than who you're voting
exactly.
with.
You don't need to stick to that structure that you think is going to get you there, because those 5 aren't reliable. You can't trust them, and that's a big downfall.
Exactly. So we may have missed out on. I don't think did we talk about Cole prior to Mike?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's talk about Cole. Cole going to Ben and apologising. Too little.
Yeah, too late. And we did mention that.
Yeah.
That it's just no awareness of what's going on around him.
None, zero.
It's like if you do go, shit, I'm on the chopping block right now.
That's right.
There is nothing. What can I do? And tribal is in hours. You don't apologise. It's too late for apology.
Yeah,
we all know what an apology is. What you have to do is flip it. So it's no longer, okay, this person is kind of wanting me out. What if I can gather some numbers and get that person out?
Yep.
Or someone else.
Exactly.
That is more annoying than I am.
Create some chaos, create some doubts. Go to some people on Blue Tribe and go, hey, did you guys know Ben had an idol?
Yeah.
Do something. Lie.
If you have to lie. But if you can get away with not lying,
it's better.
Yeah, it's better.
It's way better if you don't.
You'll come undone pretty quickly.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, we've seen, players who know that they're up.
Yeah.
Come back from the challenge or whatever, and they will create chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the numbers will swing to someone else.
Yeah.
Simply because they've created chaos.
Yeah.
And it's all he really had.
So just apologising.
Yeah, it's not going to get you.
It's not
going to take your name out of the hat,
no.
is it?
No.
It's not at all. So, but that generally, look, Cole's a poor player.
Yeah.
And he continues to demonstrate it.
Yeah, he does.
Cole goes to Joe. And this is where Cole's other downfall is, right?
Yeah.
And while he's talking to Joe, he's like, oh, our names are on the chopping block. And you can see the panic in him, can't you?
You could almost see a bit of that in Joe as well.
Yeah, you could, right?
Yeah.
But then, Cole does what Cole does. Oh, by the way, Joe, I'm in an alliance of 5. Right?
We're all voting one way.
Right?
Come with us.
But this is what I mean, though. Cole knows he shouldn't have told Joe that. Because he wouldn't have said it so...
No, he doesn't, because he's known he should have said everything else he said that
true,
he has. I don't think he's
what
known at all. He just doesn't...
If you've got an alliance and you've excluded Jay, don't go telling him. You know what I mean? Anyway, so he's compromised his alliance. You know what I mean? And this is where Ben's, I don't trust Cole, comes to fruition.
That's where it stems from, though, because Cole... That's 3 times now.
Exactly.
This is the 3rd time Cole's gone and blabbed his mouth.
Yep. But imagine if Ben had stuck with Cole and actually stayed with him, and Cole's gone and told Joe. Joe's going to screw Ben.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is just a disaster. Ben's absolutely made the right call and going, I can't trust Cole.
Yeah, it's
you
just can't. You can trust Cole to not trust him. You can trust that he's going to stuff up. Yeah. You know he's going to say something he shouldn't. And he always does. He has twice in a row.
Deliberately too.
Yeah. Thinking it's a good strategic move. You cannot trust Cole.
Exactly.
with any of your secrets. You can trust him that he's going to tell you all of everyone else's secrets.
Exactly. That's what Cole's good for. You keep Cole on your side because you know if Cole hears something,
you're going to know about it.
You're going to know about it.
He thinks it's good for his game.
Exactly. If Dr. Mike's got an advantage and Cole finds out about it, guess what? You'll be the next one to know.
Exactly.
We might as well talk about the beach scene.
Which beach scene?
Where they're all sitting on the beach and Chrissy.
Oh, and Chrissy is just going. That was just. It's scary.
It is.
That is scary. She
Right.
goes, yeah, look, this is Joe may or may not have an idol, but let's say he does have an idol.
Yeah.
Who's he going to play it for? And she's just on the money because he's gonna think, well, we won't go for him.
Yeah.
We'll go for the next biggest target, Cole, and just. What a masterclass!
Right?
Just went, okay, he'll think like this, and that's what that's a master chess player in action,
absolutely
thinking so many moves ahead. If I move here, what will they do?
Exactly.
They'll move here, so we'll move here. Checkmate.
Checkmate. Right.
Brilliant. Oh my god!
But the way she did it as well, mate, was like terrific. Like she was sitting there with Devon, right, and she said to Devon, "Well, let's just say Joe has got an idol, and Cole says that stands up and he's got an advantage or something. Who would we vote for next?" So she doesn't go, "Let's vote for Jess," right?
Yeah.
And Devon goes, "Oh, next we would vote for Jess." And she goes, "Oh, that's really good. That's what I was thinking too."
Yeah.
You can see right there that her primary target was always Jess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she is just
she
pulling the strings.
But she's not making the play though.
No.
She's not in the limelight going, "This is the way I want it.
Yeah.
This is the way it must happen." No, she's letting Devon say what he's got to say.
She, like I said, she was the focal point though. So
Yes.
it's not. Yes, she was doing that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, far out.
Well, the other thing she did was like she said Jess, right? But she said, but prior to that, she said, "Well, why don't we let Joe know? Let them know that we're voting Joe and Cole." Because we could also flush the idol.
Yeah.
So her plan on that beach is Joe and Cole must know that they're the primary target.
Yeah.
That will flush the idol. She knows she's not voting for Joe or Cole. They're voting for Jessica. I mean, it's all her plan.
Yeah.
Sitting there on the beach, you can hear it in that little 30-second scene.
Yeah.
And it comes off
flawlessly.
flawlessly.
Except the only flaw is that she ends up being the vote they're casting because she's dangerous.
Because Mike... stupidly.
Yes, that's the only downside to that her name was.
But she couldn't do anything about that.
She couldn't do anything about it. Of course, she controlled the numbers well enough, but the fact that her name is, as long as that core stay a bit stronger than the ones on the edge, because we know Joe's dangerous. He'll probably go for another idol. We do see Cole try to get an idol. This sort of stuff.
Joe's only dangerous to himself.
I know. As long as those two keep targets, keep this beacon.
And Cole is that's a very good word actually you've just used there, beacon, right?
Yeah.
Cole is a beacon for what can I mess up next, isn't he? Like it's remarkable to watch him go from one disaster to another.
Yeah.
I mean, Jessica choosing Cole was just a complete disaster for her game.
Yeah, that just screwed her game right from the get-go.
Yeah.
It just kept getting worse for her, and she kept trying to... The thing was like, it comes in like she played to the heart, and it's like, look,
I know,
and
it
bless her cotton socks,
and
it was one of those things. It's like, I like you, come along with me, and then all of a sudden you're dragging them.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, come on, come on,
like
and they're getting heavier.
Rock around your neck, isn't it? It's just getting heavier.
Come on. Come on. And
she tried her best.
Yeah, you should have let Cole go a long time ago.
Right, and she even had Lauren helping her out in the last one.
Yeah.
And even Lauren was like, "Look, I'm sick of this. All I'm going to say is, just don't do it."
Yeah. It's like, come on, like Jess, smarten up. Like I know you got this crush. You're crushing on this guy, but he is pulling you down. Look, you are sinking, and every episode you sunk more and more.
Yeah.
And he kept screwing up. He kept digging his hole, and you were like, no, come on, let's get out of it. Every step you made, it's like if you were in a little boat together.
It was like one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're plugging up the holes, and he's poking more, and the boat's sinking.
That's right.
It's like, oh, come on, Jess, you gotta let that go. And that was a big flaw on
it killed her game.
Yeah,
it literally killed her game, her association with Cole.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why she was voted.
She's 100% the reason why she's home.
Exactly.
because she couldn't let go of that. And that's like, you know, if someone's just dead weight, you can't drag them along.
No, you got to cut them.
You got to cut them, and you got to take that emotion out of it. Unfortunately, and that screwed her game. But it was like, let's go back because obviously,
Obviously, we've recorded and re-recorded a little bit today.
I actually don't want to go too much far back. I just want to go back to, like, we're talking about how brilliant that play was. We'll just go back to Test from Australia to get rid of Henry and flush that idol.
Oh,
that was a brilliant gameplay.
Yeah.
But this, the layers, the complexity of this vote.
The thinking here.
Was just
it was deep.
A plus.
And it's very rare to actually get somebody, like, even though she wasn't explaining her thinking, per se, to camera, you could see in that beach scene the depth of her thinking and how many moves she was ahead of everybody else.
You know, for a fan of the game, you have to appreciate what she did.
I sat there and watched it and went, wow.
I clapped.
Yeah. And then when it came on flawlessly,
when that vote
tribal,
happened,
I was like, that was just perfect play.
Yeah, I was so wrapped with something to, and you know what was great about it is, you know, you can't plan for tribal, and Chrissy says that. She's like, I've been watching for 16 years. I know Tribal Council is live.
Yeah.
And you can't plan what Joe is going to do.
You can't.
But God,
she put everything in place so that no matter what he did, her outcome was still going to be achieved.
And what he did ended up making her outcome a certainty.
Well, look, we'll get to Joe in a minute, right? But actually, no. Let's talk about that.
What else are we going to talk about?
Yeah. Well, Joe's an idiot. But no, you're absolutely correct. You're 100% on the money. Joe pulling that idol out.
That was the nail.
That was the nail. If Lauren and Ben were even thinking about 50-50, as soon as that idol came out, they're like, no, we're sticking with this one.
Exactly.
Right?
He
gave that plan the boost it needed, if it needed a boost.
Because here's the thing. Like, I try and, like, in the short amount, like, I watched it last night. So I've only had these 8 to 10 hours to focus on how it happened or what was going through Joe's mind, and I still don't understand. What was the goddamn point of bringing out your idol? And what was that?
I'll tell you what I think he thought he was doing, and you can agree or disagree, but I'll tell you what I think he thought he was doing. As I've said before, I think Joe's watched the show, he's seen players pull out idols and pull off great moves, right? Joe doesn't understand that what goes behind that play is a lot of thinking. Like you've talked about Boss and Rob, right? People like Boss and Rob and Chrissy do not play idols idly. They've got a plan when they pull one out, right? And if they pull one out before a vote, you can be damn well sure there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, and you can also be sure that idol probably won't be played.
Yeah, exactly, right? But Joe's just pulled it out. And this is the thing. Did you see what he said? He was like, I'm just going to be sitting back here with my idol. You guys decide whatever you like. And the unspoken end to that sentence was, because I'm going to actually decide what happens. Remember he said, let's talk about the next vote. He's like pulled out the idol going, this is going to determine this vote. So what we're really talking about now is the next vote. And he thinks, and we talk about this a lot, the idol is determinative. Yeah. That you can actually determine what happens with an idol. And you can't. The idol is only as good as the player who plays it.
And that was one of
boneheaded.
That was one of the shittest idol plays I've ever seen.
Look, you know Ty's not very good with idols.
Yeah.
Right? He played that. Every idol he has played has been better than that.
That was just ridiculous. Because look, there's two people you think are on the chopping block.
Yeah.
So you are basically, it's like, you know, I'm playing Texas Hold'em. I got a potential full house coming up, and I'm showing you this is what I've got
already.
I'm all in, baby. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm topped. You know, a royal flush comes out, and I'm screwed because I've showed my full house.
Exactly.
It's like, I know, I can't bluff you anymore. But I pull out an idol. There is no bluff. There is no
uncertainty.
There is no uncertainty. There is no will I play one? Won't I play one? Do I have one? Who will I play it for?
Right?
You know, you've just gone, screw yous, come at me. I'm safe. And now we know, it's not that we were coming after you. If you were the only person on the chopping block, you can bluff one vote.
Yes.
Yeah, you can threaten with the bluff. But there is two people in your alliance. Exactly. You need Cole as much as he
needs you.
You guys are on the bottom. You're in the same alliance. It's not like two people on different alliances. You're in the same goddamn alliance. So one of you going home is as a disaster for your future game.
That's right.
So now you've brought it out. Who are you going to play it for? Well, I'm going to play it for. You have to play it because it's because you need to play it correctly.
Correctly.
You need to save the person they're coming for, and if you do not read it right, which you did not read it right in the slightest, it's over.
It's over. Absolutely.
Once you've come off like an idiot.
Yeah.
Who is dangerous, and that's almost the worst. A dangerous idiot is one you got to get rid of.
And this is what Joe's legacy is of this vote. He is not looking like a smart strategic player. And this is the other thing I'd like to say. Joe, all through this episode at the feast, in his one-on-one with Cole, right? Like when Cole comes to him, right? He says to Joe, "Oh, it's me and you. There's two names on the block, and it's me and you." And Joe's response is really indicative of how he thinks, right? He says to Cole, "Oh, well, it should be me because I'm so strategic. Yeah. How could it not be me?" And this is the other thing. At that vote, when he pulled out the idol, he still expected them to vote for him.
I know.
This is the ridiculous thing. And at the end of the day, Joe is sitting there and this is Debbie, like, illusion.
Yeah.
He thinks he's strategic. He has got no runs on the board as far as strategy goes. But he's sitting there going, "I'm so strategic," to everybody who will listen. Like even in that council, in that trial, he was like, I'm smart, I'm strategic,
and you can trust me, or whatever deuces or whatever he said.
Look, at least Mike was canny enough to say, "Yeah, I can trust you to put a mark on my back."
Yeah,
right. At least he brought that up.
Yeah.
But Joe is a legend in his own mind.
Yeah,
he has got no gameplay.
Oh, I could not believe it.
I couldn't believe it when he did it. I was like, you just gave Chrissy, or that whole 7. If they were even 50-50 about the vote, you just confirmed to them.
And you even see Ben just go, wow, when he writes his name down. It's like, wow, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're an absolute bonehead.
Right?
I cannot fathom what was going through his head. But like you said, I am so strategic. They should be coming for me. If you're that strategic, they won't be coming for you because you're above that.
That's right.
You are making other people the targets. You are doing what Chrissy is doing this whole time. And you, yes, Jess was blindsided, but you, the strategic master, didn't see that coming. Yeah. So you were the one that had no strategy, no game. Oh.
Look, here's something. You've called Joe's name 3 times prior to this.
And I did. I called him to play his idol.
Right. But what I mean is, like, there's only one reason Joe didn't go home last night. Because they thought he had an idol.
And they were correct.
And they're going to make sure this guy goes home very soon because you've nailed it down. He's a dangerous idiot.
Yeah.
You cannot play with someone like that.
No, you can't play with that.
You just can't play with that.
Yeah.
That is just too... You can't count on it for anything.
Yeah, you can't. You could, like I said, the only thing you can do is stroke his ego and make it. But now he's in a place where he knows he's at the bottom.
Look, it would be dangerous. You could try to use him as a shield.
You could.
But it would be a short-lived shield.
Exactly. I'd be using him as a shield. I would be, like, just for example, more votes were coming towards Chrissy.
Yes.
At the moment. And if I was Chrissy, I'd be trying to come in and get Joe back on my side and be like, what can we do? You and I. Yeah. You and I are dangerous.
Exactly, yeah.
We need to work together.
Yes, that's right. If you feed that ego, tell him he's dangerous. Tell him he's strategic.
And then, like, bring the numbers, but the whole time, you're the one going home that night.
Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome to see.
That would be great. But, what a ridiculous... I just can't... 1, I can't praise Chrissy enough.
Neither can I.
2, I cannot get over how stupid Joe is.
Right? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I rate Ty's a very bad player, but seriously, Ty's just light years in front of this guy.
No.
Right? This guy's...
I can't say bad player. I just think he's a stupid idiot.
Okay, maybe.
Like, I don't know. Anyway. I do respect some of his gameplay. It comes down to execution and what were you thinking?
Well, no, I don't think there was even gameplay that last night.
Nah, in his mind there was.
Oh yeah,
there was, and
but this is Debbie levels.
And he's like, you know what? And it's almost potentially the same as the Desi vote. Bring the target on me. Bring the target on me. Who am I going to play it for? You're going to think I'm going to, and you think I'm going to play it for Cole, but I want you to say.
But this is the thing.
He was trying to outdo them, but the whole time he had no idea.
I disagree with you there because, like, if your strategy is I'm going to bring the target on me, right? If you pull out the idol and go, I've got an idol, you just destroyed that strategy. That's the only problem that I have. I see where you're coming from, and I thought that too. I thought maybe he was trying to pull the vote for him, right? But then he pulls the if you're going to play, if you did that and then you played the idol after the vote, that makes sense, right? But he pulled it out before the vote, destroying his own strategy.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you pull it out before the vote, it's like it's generally the bluff. You're playing the bluff. Bringing an idol out, you're playing the bluff, and all I can think that you can possibly do is not play it for you.
Yeah, exactly. That would be.
But then it comes down to that situation. Like, well, now whose head is in who's in whose head?
Yeah,
it comes down to.
Exactly.
It's like, well, I'm going to be playing it for Cole, but fuck, are you thinking I'm going to be playing it for Cole, but you're going to come for me? I'm going to play for me. It just comes down to this manipulation mind game.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what you can do, right? But he lacks a very important ingredient to be able to do that. He does not have the social game to be able to find out that information that would allow him to do that.
Yeah.
And that's his that's what I mean about his. It's not about execution. It's just he doesn't understand. Oh, I'm strategic. I'm a threat. This is what he keeps saying, right? He doesn't understand. He has no social game.
Yeah.
He has no information about what's going on out there, and his map of who's where.
Yeah.
Is zero.
Yeah.
You know, these are all bad. Like, that's just a disaster. Yeah. Anyway, so, and kudos to Chrissy. What a great player.
Great player. I know it's dangerous. I know Mike's put a target on her back, and she shouldn't have that target yet. It's a bit too early for me to want Chrissy to have a target or have that many names thrown against her. I feel like we have to see how next week's vote goes to see if she can get that to remove that target. It's a bit of damage control.
I think with you that purely by luck, Dr. Mike has actually put a target on the right person's back. Yeah. Yeah. He what I mean is he's just gone. Oh, Chrissy's smart, so we'll put a target on her, right? She's playing her. He doesn't see what she's doing.
No, he doesn't. He just sees a smart player. Because that was the thing. Everyone was afraid of the numbers she was dropping.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be afraid of that because it doesn't make you a winner.
Exactly, right? So that's what I mean. He's just lucked out and actually picked the mastermind in the group, right? But it has put a target on her. It has raised her profile. Whereas prior to this, her profile has been low. And this is, as you pointed out, the only downside for her to come out of that. But it could actually be a very big downside because people like Lauren will look at Chrissy now and go, yeah, maybe she has to go. Yeah. And Ashley. Yeah. These are people who are associated for that vote but aren't committed to that group. They're not committed,
yeah. So it's not a great spot, not a great outcome, brilliant play. Yeah. But there's some damage control to be done next
absolutely
week.
She's got to do. But this is the thing, Chrissy is, even though I called her as a good player pretty early, right? And you disagree, but once you saw the next episode, you agree.
Episode 2, I was blown away by it, and I have not.
I've never been disappointed yet, right? Yeah. I'm going to bet she's got the skills to be able to pull it out. To get her name out.
I reckon she could. I still believe she's going to win.
Oh, look, I picked Ryan early on, and I really want to jump back to Chrissy. I'm going to stick with Ryan because he's still under the radar. Nobody's watching.
I'm sticking with Chrissy.
But as a favourite, though, I've got to sit there and say, Chrissy for everything.
Yeah,
she's just awesome.
She's just brilliant. But that brings us to next week.
Yeah.
Look, who do you think's going?
The problem is it's such a loose alliance. This was an alliance of a vote. Yeah. And you've got groups of 2 or 3 that lined up to do this vote, but you've got no solid alliance. So it's very difficult to pick. But I can guarantee you one thing. Mm-hmm. Cole will stuff up. He will make some huge error.
Yeah, but you saying Cole will stuff up is almost as certainty as me saying Joe will go home this week.
Yeah, but what I mean is the mark will not move off Cole. Yeah. There's still going to be a mark on Cole. And so I know I called him last week.
You're backing
but I'm backing him this time again.
I'm going controversial.
Okay, you're going to call Chrissy, aren't you?
I am going to call Chrissy. I'm going to call Chrissy.
No.
Please no. I definitely don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. She is by far my favourite player. Yeah. She is by far one of the greatest strategic players I've seen in a long time. Actually, a fresh new face that's strategic.
Yeah, let's put it this way. It's 7 episodes in, and we can already see not just a good player. This is
she
a
is top
really top-notch
She's
player.
top tier player.
And she's done that in 7 episodes.
Yeah, I believe she is one of the greatest players.
Like we
of all time.
often talk about, people who are really good players, but they're good they're really great players at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I'm already calling her a really good player.
She fits, put her in last season. Put Chrissy in last season.
Game changers, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, put her in with the top tier.
Oh,
She deserves to be in the
absolutely.
top tier. I don't want to see her go home. I do believe she's going to win the game, but I also believe she's going home next week.
It's a contradiction.
I know. If she doesn't go home next week, I'm going to be so stoked, but I'm not taking my money off her going to the end.
To be honest, I think Cole's going to keep the mark on himself, but my vote would be if I could choose a second person that I think would be going home, I think it'd be Joe.
Yes, agreed. Joe's up there as well.
Joe is up there because he's, like you've said, he's proven us to be a dangerous idiot.
Yeah.
And that is something you can't live with.
You can't have that for very long. But that wraps us up. Give us a couple of comments, some likes. Again, we didn't check our emails. We should do that. But if you have...
We will do it when we edit this.
We might do
we
it
might do this.
But if we haven't and you have asked for a buff, just comment. Say,
Please.
guys, where the hell's my buff?
Yeah, it's not an American buff, but it's a buff.
But it's an Australian Survivor buff.
That's
We've got
right.
stacks of them. And we haven't said it. That's just because we haven't checked the emails.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm Robin.
I'm Jack.
We're the Inwits. So see you next week.